They in the street, case on the news.
What I do, blaze apple juice, talking trophies I didn't grab. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legs.
Crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do?
10 Super Bowls. Here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. A moment ago, they're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Lady, yellow lady. Match by 4. Come off the ball.
Breeze now on first down. This is a catch by Ted Ginn. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
His 13th NFL season now, Ted Ginn, still a reliable target for Drew Brees. 787 yards in 2017, just 5 games last year due to injuries, but he still has the wheels.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Brees. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So an early wake-up call there leads to a quick 2nd and long. This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Ready. 95-56. 95-56. Coming for you, son. I'm coming. 36. 36. Ready, catch.
On 3rd and long, it's Brees. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 17 there and a New Orleans 1st down.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Brees. And this one's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver, and that'll make it 3rd down. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
40. Ready. Black 25. Let's go. Even. We got to step it up. Checked up. Let's go.
The 2nd-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Only one way to describe Ronald Jones' rookie season with Tampa Bay, and that's disappointing. Drafted to be their lead runner, just 23 carries on a team that ranked 29th in the NFL in rushing.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
After the run by Jones, here's first and 10.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Winston. That's caught by Howard. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And with the Buccaneers' new coaching staff, you have to figure they're going to want to use O.J. Howard a little bit more this season. 34 catches, 565 yards last year, but that was in only 10 games. 6'6", 251, and can run. Find a way to get him the ball as they just did there.
Throwing again on second down. Winston. Open man is Howard, the tight end. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
To try again after the sack. Winston, he sets up the screen to Jones. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Watch the cross.
From the gun, Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 39. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 39-yard line. And some nifty running right away as he'll get this up past the 30. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Check 4. Hey, let's get it for person. Two. Switch.
On play action, Winston. Caught by Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 19.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, That should open up his running game, too. To throw, Winston. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. O.J. Howard, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, let's go.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. 11.
From the gun, it's Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
Here's Breeze. He's going to fire one deep, middle of a battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine.
This is caught at the 20. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A gain of 32 that time. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
And it's 3rd down.
Ready. Blue ready. 56. Check 56. I'm going back to you. I'm going. Let me go. Let me go.
Working out of the gun, Winston. He's got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Gay is on for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Buccaneers 14, Saints nothing. Matt Gay to kick off 14.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Ready.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Breeze. That's to his running. Up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 49-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Hey, kill.
They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And let's see, the Bucs with 6 DBs, so a dime set here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. A bullet throw, but incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Short throw, pick 6 right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Winston. Steps away to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs.
Mighty, blue 80. Mike 47. I got one. Hey, 5-0. SOS. Check 3. Triple team.
Jameis now on first down. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 23 yards, the final tally.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Cameron Jordan picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
It's second down.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Draw play, Winston to Jones. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a fourth down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So on fourth down, on comes the Buccaneer kicker, Matt Gay. From the left hash, this from 34. Gay's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh fighting the path to the QB there.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Breeze. And that is incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. They're in the 2nd quarter at Heinz Field. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
At the 38-yard line.
The run. Jameis to throw it. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Winston. Jones has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Ready! Blue ready! White, 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 white!
From the red zone now, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. 3rd down here. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first, this one from 38. And Gay knocks this one through. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire...
And he's into the clear. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, 76 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Watch 54. Check pass, check pass. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. You go tight. You got it. Break it down, fellas. Break it down.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Ready, 5-9. Check, 45 to Mike. I got him.
On second and 11 now. Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of 2 there, second down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Ginn has it complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
And the Saints first down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Ready, set. Check, Mike 54. Mike 54. Get that quarterback. Let's go.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Lutz with the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13.
27, Saints 14.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Flip. 4-7's the mic. 4-7's the mic. You don't know no better. Share. Check. Go.
Play action now. Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
It's 3rd down. 3rd and 8.
New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for 3rd.
He's checking.
Winston. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play. Winston to Evans. 42 yards.
Buccaneers.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Barber on 1st and 10. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Winston. Complete to Jones. 23 yards the pickup there.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
Ready. White 25. Check. 47. Coming this way.
Now Jones. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Rip left.
Winston now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space.
Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. One receiver to the left is Evans. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. Winston. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Marcus Davenport, the 1st rounder out of UTSA with a sack. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. Gay's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Touchdown, New Orleans! Ted Ginn, his second touchdown on the season as they are able to cut into that lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now Winston. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Wait.
Here's Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long.
Check 37. Check hot route.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play.
Touchdown! Touchdown now on the year. As his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Now Breeze will bring the Saints offense up to go for 2 here. From the gun, it's Breeze. Eluding the pressure right. And he rifles one incomplete.
They made the decision to go for two. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
Let's go. Let's do this.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Winston now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Jones. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
David Onyemata brought him down. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Just like that.
Again, it's Jones. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Breeze now on 1st down. And this one complete to Smith. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Drew Brees, 6th, 4th quarter, come to deliver another one. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brees, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ndamukong Suh, able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 3rd and long now after the sack of Brees, and the Saints up against it here. Brees now. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. But I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Saints on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Breeze to throw. And he finds Cook. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 39. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Tackle made by Justin Evans. Again, it's Kamara. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The Saints on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Play fake. Winston. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Winston now finding Godwin, complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 39-yard line.
Okay. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Ready? Back, right there, 56. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Check 26, check 20. Flip it. Under 10. Let him roll. West.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, Winston. The catch made by Miller. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is Jones. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They go back to the ground, this time Barber. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
You can't block me. March 56. March 56. You must be dreaming.
Now Winston. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. The field position game often so overlooked, but this offense is going to be backed up deep. What an ideal punt.
And now, this stage of the game, when they need the drive to try and put themselves in a position to win it, you talk about going the long field, the very long field. This could be a 99-yard drive.
And Breeze is going to go down in the end zone, a safety. And that disastrous play, partner, is ultimately going to seal their fate in this one, isn't it?
It certainly is, because they gave up the 2 points, but that's not really what did it. It's having to give up the football. And because they gave up the football, guess what? The other team now can take the ball and close this game out.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And still a little bit of time left, but the defense can't stop the clock, so 3 kneel downs should be enough to finish this one off.
Ready? Blue 80. 30 seconds to Mike. Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. Where we go?
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
It's a loss of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Winston goes ahead, takes the knee, and that should be all she wrote.
A loss of a yard brings up 4th down.
So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for the Bucs, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.